Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we will be making chicken and dumpling dinner. If you are new here, feel free to take a look at my other videos, subscribe, and press the bell notification so you can always get my latest video. In my chicken and dumpling dinner, you will need 12 cups of water, 5 drumsticks, 2 cups of baby carrots, some baby potatoes, 1 can of evaporated milk, a couple of bay leaves, salt and pepper, and for the dumplings you can use store-bought canned biscuits or you can make your own biscuit recipe. This is called chicken and dumpling dinner because you cook your vegetables in the water while you're making your chicken broth with your drumsticks. So first we're going to start off by putting our vegetables in the water. Then we are going to salt and pepper our water. And also put our bay leaf in the water. Once we have all our seasonings in the water, we're going to put our drumsticks on top so we can start making the chicken broth for our chicken and dumplings. Now that we have everything in the pot, we're going to turn our stove on to medium heat and we're going to cook for 45 minutes to an hour. At that time, our chicken and vegetables should be done and we will have a delicious broth. Throughout the cooking process of the broth, you will have to skim the top of the water to get the foam off of the broth. Now that our vegetables and chicken are finished cooking, we are going to separate them from the broth. Now that we have our broth separated from our chicken and our vegetables, we will start to separate our chicken from the skin and the bones. While we are waiting for the chicken to cool so we can separate it, you need to start preparing your dumplings. If you are making your biscuit recipe, you can go ahead and make your dough. If you're using canned biscuits, you need to take the biscuits out of a can and cut each round into 4 pieces. Now that my biscuit dough is done, I will set it to the side and let it rest. If you need a real easy, simple, and delicious biscuit recipe, I will link my recipe down below in the box. At this point, if you want a light and fluffy dumpling, you will use a cookie scooper and scoop out the dough and drop it straight into your boiling broth. If you want a flat and condensed dumpling, you can roll this out and cut it into squares. Now that our chicken is cooled, we are going to start to debone the chicken so we can get the meat into the broth. Now that we have deboned all the chicken, we're going to cut it up to bite-sized pieces into the broth. Now that we have all of our chicken cut up into bite-sized pieces in our broth, we are going to add our can of evaporated milk. And we are going to mix the milk into the broth and then we're going to put it onto the stove. Now we are going to turn our heat on to medium heat and bring our broth mixture up to a boil. While we're waiting for our broth to boil, we will turn on a skillet to medium heat and put 2 tablespoons of butter in it so it can melt so we can saute our vegetables in it. Now that our butter has melted, we will put our vegetables into the butter and just saute them so they get slightly brown. Now that we have a little color on our veggies, we are going to put about 2 tablespoons of the complete Sauté seasoning and about 1.5 tablespoons of parsley. And then we will just stir our veggies in the spices and our veggies are ready to serve. Now that I have a good boil going, I will put my dumplings in with my cookie scooper, 1 scoop at a time. And I need to keep the broth boiling well because you want a strong boil so that the dough will cook correctly. Now that we have all the dumplings in our sauce, you just need to gently stir while the dumplings start to cook. This should take 5 to 10 minutes for the dumplings to be fully cooked. If you are not gentle and you stir the dumplings too hard, they will break apart. So you need to very gently stir the dumplings until they're done. It's been about 10 minutes, and as you can see, the dumplings are light and fluffy, and the sauce has gotten really nice and thick. Now it's time to plate. This is the chicken and dumpling dinner plated. You should really give this recipe a try. It is delicious and easy. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. Take a moment and look at my other videos. Thank you for watching.